If you have a YouTube video with a call to action to an offer, then that video can bring in leads and sales on autopilot. Even when my client Dominique had 15,000 YouTube subscribers, and using that, all we had to do was make them an offer, and in 3 weeks, she was able to earn $10,000. This 5-step YouTube business blueprint that I'm about to break down for you today helped me and my clients scale to 6, even 7 figures and beyond in revenue. I'm going to be giving you a full breakdown today so that you understand this, but know that this takes having an open mind, because this is not traditional YouTube monetization. This takes thinking and acting like an entrepreneur so that you can turn your YouTube channel into a thriving business. And no, you don't need a big audience to make this happen. And I interviewed several of my clients. There's a playlist right here. I interviewed them, and a lot of them were able to leave their 9-to-5 jobs to support their family and even just to create this thriving lifestyle. And if that's what you want to do too, go ahead and drop a hashtag I'm a creator down below so that I see who you are. But the first step in this whole process is to have clarity. Now there's 4 things that you want to have clarity around, and that includes avatar, niche, offer, and branding. Now let's start with avatar. The avatar is the person who you are serving. This is your target audience, and you can look at avatar in 2 different ways. There is the demographic and there is the psychographic. Demographic is things like gender, race, ethnicity, what country they're from, things like that, whereas psychographic is the mentality of your target audience. It's their values, their beliefs, their interests. And so think, who can you serve using your YouTube channel? Maybe you want to focus on mothers, maybe you want to focus on athletes. Try to think about it both from a demographic and a psychographic standpoint. On my channel, I lean more towards the psychographic, so I don't want to say discriminate. I don't really choose people based on the demographic, but I actually target people who think like an entrepreneur, who are growth minded. And so that is the person who I'm serving on my channel. Now you tell me, who do you want to serve using your YouTube channel right now? The niche is the area, the topic that you're helping them with. So let's say you want to help mothers, that's your avatar, but let's say you want to help them in the niche of finances, that is your niche. And another way to think about this is picture that your target audience is on a place called Hell Island. You want to know who the person is who you're helping, and the island represents the niche, and you want to take them to where they want to go, which is Heaven Island, and you are the guide, and you are creating this bridge to guide someone from hell to Heaven Island. And that is actually where the offer comes in. Because yes, your YouTube channel serves as the bridge, but so does your offers. So what are offers? These are things that you can create to serve someone just beyond a YouTube video. So me and my clients, we've created things like memberships. We've offered one-on-one consulting. We've offered our own digital products, even physical products like books. We've offered events, both in person and online, even speaking events, even being featured on podcasts. So think, what do you want to offer to your audience to help them beyond a YouTube video? This is really where the monetization comes in, because you do not need to have a big audience to make this happen. Even when my client Dominique had 15,000 YouTube subscribers, and using that, all we had to do was make them an offer, and in 3 weeks, she was able to earn $10,000. Same thing with my client Dulce. When I started working with her, she had 60 subscribers, but she was able to fill out all the spots for her paid workshop. So what can you offer to your audience to help them just beyond a YouTube video? Because the cool thing is, once you really nail the offer, then you don't need to have a big audience before you monetize, and you can actually earn more than the ad platforms even pay you. And the last thing is branding. This is things like the color scheme and the fonts across your YouTube channel, so on the banner, on the thumbnails, things like that. But branding is also your messaging. So how do you communicate with your audience? What makes you unique? What makes you stand out in the sea of sameness? And this is where storytelling really comes into play, because think of your niche. Think of how many people, how many YouTubers are talking about your topic. The only way that you can stand out is through your story, your unique personality, and this is where branding really comes in. And the cool thing is that no one can steal your story. No one can take what makes you you. And so that's how you stand out in the sea of sameness. I really encourage you to embrace sharing your story. And if you want to see an example, check out my last video where I talked about my story of how being fired from Panera led to me being a 6-figure CEO. That is what you want to have clarity in. That's the first step of the blueprint. The second step then is to create content. create content that's in alignment with what your avatar is actually searching for and consuming on YouTube. Now, there's 4 aspects of content that I want to focus on, and they all start with the letter T. So when you're creating content on YouTube, there's many different formats. There's long form videos, there's shorts, you can go live, you can post podcasts, you can post in the community tab, but I specifically want to be focusing on long form content because the cool thing about YouTube is that your videos can continue to appear in search months, years after you've already posted it. And so if you have a YouTube video with a call to action to an offer, then that video can bring in leads and sales on autopilot. It's kind of like a money machine, and I call that concept the Grand Slam YouTube video. I created this concept myself, and this is the whole goal. You want to create a YouTube video that has quality in it. So quality doesn't have to be like the production quality. What matters most is the quality in what you're saying. Yes, things like audio and lighting and the setting matters, but what really matters is, are you helping your avatar to solve their problems? Are you helping them to get value and to get from that hell island to that heaven island just based on your video? Because if you give value, then it will leave them hungry for more, and they will actually want to consume your offerings. And so when it comes to long form video, you want to have quality, you want to have a call to action to an offer, search engine optimization, that means that your video appears in search, and if you have continual views that leads to sales, then boom, you've hit a grand slam. Now, how do you hit a grand slam? Well, YouTube cares really about 2 things when it comes to content, long form content. 1, are people clicking on your video? And 2, are people watching your video? People really overcomplicate the YouTube algorithm, but this is what it really comes down to. And so there's 4 reasons why someone will click on your long form video, and that will lead to it becoming a grand slam. So the first one is the thumbnail. The thumbnail is people's first impression on your videos. People think that they're working with the YouTube algorithm, but what you're really working with is human psychology. So does your thumbnail catch people's attention? This is where branding comes in. That's why branding is really important, because you want the text to really stand out. You want the color scheme to be appealing, but also does the text on there, does the messaging really capture them in? So you want that to be on the thumbnail. And then also your title. Once they look at the thumbnail, the next thing that they'll read is the title. So you want the title to have search-based keywords so that people come across it in search, but you also want it to have a level of intrigue in it to really prompt people to want to click on it. The third reason why people will click on a video, and this is actually the most important, is because of the topic. Because you can have the best thumbnail, you can have the best title, but if the topic isn't of interest, who's going to click on it? And the fourth reason why someone will click on a YouTube video is to establish emotional connection. Because let's say some of you in my audience are really connected to me. I could post about anything, any topic, even a topic that you don't care about, and you're still going to click on it if you want to establish an emotional connection with me. So these are the 4 T's that you want to focus on when publishing content. And of course, you just want to create good content, give value to your audience, be yourself, because again, YouTube cares if people click and if they watch. And that really comes down to giving value, having structure in your videos. It is good to have like a framework for your script. You can check out my impact script template right here. And this just gives you like a basic framework to follow, but it gives you also room to flow, to let your personality shine, and to have room for examples and stories. The next thing you want to focus on is building a community around your channel, but not just any community, a community who you can serve on an even higher level. So you want the people who follow you on YouTube to become leads. Leads is when someone has an interest in your products or services and they become a lead. Alex Ramovsky defines leads as someone who you can contact. And so let's say on your YouTube channel, let's say like you put your email down below, or let's say you offer some freebies, then you can collect people's emails and those people can become paying clients. And so how can a lead become a paying client? Well, it's important to have like a web page on your YouTube channel. Could you just put your email down below? Yes, but by having a web page, it could even be a web page for a freebie, something where you can capture people's emails, or you can even possibly capture people's credit cards. So this actually leads into the next one, which is cash flow. And so you develop cash flow through pages, but you also want to develop cash flow through your sales process. So your sales process, you could just have a simple web page with a buy now button, but on some of my pages I have an apply now button, and before someone can purchase, before they can work with me, well, they need to apply and they need to get on a call with me before I actually determine whether or not I can serve them, and before I actually make them the offer, before I give them the link to invest in my services, in my consulting, in my done for you services. So it's important to have a solid sales process. And once you're in the flow of cash, you can accomplish this, by the way, by having recurring offers. So You want to have recurring sales so that this is something that you can actually live off of. And so how can you accomplish recurring sales? You could just have one-time offers. You could offer like one-time consulting packages or just one-time one-on-one sessions or courses. But I really do like the subscription model because it gives people a chance to invest in you every month, and it gives you the chance to offer continual support. So maybe you have like a membership, or maybe you offer like a software. I know for me, I recommend Kajabi, and people who use that service as an affiliate of mine, then they get to use Kajabi every month, and I always earn a percentage of the commission. So even in your niche, you can research some affiliate programs where it's set up that way so that every month you earn revenue. And so the next piece of the playbook is contribution. And so this is really where scaling comes in, because once you earn cash, you really want to scale it to the point where you can earn more but not have to work more. And so how can we accomplish this? You can accomplish this through hiring people. So that's one way. So I recently hired someone in India, and he actually helps me with a lot of my content. He helps me with a lot of setting things up, SEO, like for my funnels and for my YouTube channel. And so it's good to delegate tasks with this. You also want to contribute by having a good delivery and a good onboarding process. Now, what does this mean? Once somebody pays you, it's not end of the day, hooray. No, now you have to deliver on your promise. And so the way that you do this is just, showing up for your audience and giving them the value that you originally promised. So if someone pays for a membership, make sure to onboard them properly. Onboarding is like getting them on the bridge. And so it's like setting them up for a good experience. So to give you an example, when someone invests in my services, they'll get a welcome email, they'll get a welcome video, and I'll even contact them personally just to make sure that they're comfortable with everything, that they know how to access all the course material, that they know how to book the calls with me, things like that. And then you want to deliver on your promise. So you want to be committed to their results. Again, when someone pays you, it's not the end of the day, hooray. Now you have to, do what you promised. If you promise to hold them accountable throughout the process in your niche, well then do that. Deliver on your promise, because it will build goodwill, and those people will send referrals, and also those people will want to continue to invest in your services in the long run. So I hope you're really seeing how this can come into fruition. And I know there's a pyramid here, but this isn't like a pyramid scheme. I'm not someone who helps like YouTube business owners how to become YouTube business owners. Like, no, I'm helping people in a variety of niches, from the arts niche to different professional niches to health niches. I mean, it's so beautiful. I've even helped people with like other forms of marketing, like Google AdSense. I've helped people to help students pass a certain exam, and I see the bigger ripple effect. And that's the beauty in this all. And it's really cool because a lot of my clients, like I'm a very multi-passionate person, and they're pursuing something that I'm also passionate about. Like they're empowering women, or they're helping people with their health, or like they're just doing something that does really good for humanity. And so that's what I'm all about. That's why I chose to teach YouTube, and that's why I chose to really help conscious experts. So I help people even if they're in the beginning phases. I help people if they're already established but they want to get to that next level, because it's all the same playbook. Even if someone already made money doing this, then you can always review and refine. And if you're in that position, it always takes coming back to the foundations. Even one person who I'm helping right now, they have close to 2 million subscribers, and they want to get to that next level. And how did they do that? They've already hit this point, but they need to come back to the foundations and continue to work their way up. So we're actually creating like a new offer for them that's in alignment with their ideal lifestyle and their audience. And then we're going to create content that's in alignment. And then we're going to create new web pages, come up with a really good sales process that brings them recurring revenue. And we're going to help them deliver, onboard, and hire to even make the process easier, because this person is a mother and they want to spend more time with their children. So I hope you're really seeing this. A lot of people, they don't believe me when I say, I'm making over 6 figures from this channel, because they're still in the mindset that, to be successful on YouTube, you need to have a big audience. That's really not the case. Seriously, check out that playlist that I'm recommending right here, where a lot of my clients, I interviewed them, and you can really hear it for yourself. So let me know your thoughts on this video down below. If you're someone who would like me to guide you and assist you along this process, I have a variety of resources that I created just for you, and I created a variety of resources for those people regardless of where they are in the journey. So if you are a beginner and maybe your budget isn't as high, well then check out my freebie resources. If you're someone who has maybe gotten in this process but you want to get to that next level, I do have my do-it-yourself course where there's training videos, there's different worksheets, and you can go through that at your own time frame. So that's good, especially if you have other commitments, because you can really go at your own pace. And if you're someone who would really like my hands-on help, then I encourage you to apply for my accelerator. This this is where I can really give you intimate guidance in my group setting, in my private setting, and I can even offer you done-for-you services, because I do have a team right now of people who can help you with things like uploading your content to multiple platforms, editing your videos, scripting, uploading, redoing your web pages so that you can focus and stay in your zone of genius. Because many of you are conscious experts, but you're just spinning your wheels and wasting all this time in an area that's not your area of expertise. So like building the web pages, putting together like the nitty-gritty checkout pages, things like that. I am a Kajabi expert. I actually helped their client base with their YouTube channel. I did an event for them, and it was great because they saw my expertise. I used to intern for TEDx, and I helped them with a lot of things. That was a very comprehensive internship throughout college. So that's where a lot of my knowledge comes from, and I would be honored and happy to serve you in the process if you do identify as a conscious expert. So for the accelerator, you can apply for that down below. I do create custom packages to help you with where you're at, because everyone needs a custom YouTube business blueprint depending on their niche and what their goals are. So feel free to apply for that down below. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email or leave a comment, but I hope you found value in this video. Again, you can check out the last one that I did to really understand the story aspect of branding that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, everyone, thanks for watching, and I will see you for the next one.